Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're having a good day. Yesterday we looked at some of the plagues. Today we're going to consider the Passover, and our hymn happens to be called the Passover.
The day is dead, and Egypt's night returning is dark and still. In death's prophetic gloom, the world sleeps on, but Israel's lamp is burning at midnight sounds. The presser's note of doom, I will pass over you. When I see the blood, I will pass over you. Jesus, save me, blood, I will pass over you. When I see the blood, the precious blood of Jesus. The Lamb is slain, the sacrifice immortal, whose life received creates the soul anew. His blood is shed, but is it on the portal? Oh, haste and see, doth it avail for you? I will pass over you. When I see the blood, I will pass over you. Jesus, save, but I will pass over you. When I see the blood, the precious blood of Jesus. Not there, no crimson on the lintel. Obey, for God has sent His Son by grace through faith. It must be more than mental. My heart, let there thy work be done. I will pass over you. When I see the blood, I will pass over you. Jesus, save, but I will pass over you. When I see the blood, the precious blood of Jesus. Art safe, my soul, rest not in thy salvation, else thou art not like him who came to die in love. Go forth with mercy's invitation, awake the world, death's angel passes by. I will pass over you. When I see the blood, I will pass over you. Jesus, save me, but I will pass over you. When I see the blood, the precious blood of Jesus.
1 Corinthians says, Christ our Passover was sacrificed for us. The Passover. In Exodus 12 is where we have the shadow, as it is. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be your beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. On the 10th of the month, everyone was going to take a lamb, according to the house of his father, a lamb for a household. And then you have different provisions being given and how the lamb was going to be, and how they were going to slaughter it and partake of it, and such things as that. They would eat it with a belt on their waist, sandals on their feet, and they would eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt on that night, and will strike all the firstborn, in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Why does the Lord kill the firstborn of both man and, specifically with this question, beast? Why did he kill the animals? You ever wondered about that? And I wonder if the reason is not because it's tied in with against all the gods of Egypt. Remember what I said yesterday. Their animals were tied in with their paganism. Their paganism, right? They worshiped the creature rather than the Creator. And so when the Lord kills the firstborn, it's not just man, it's animal too. Have you ever thought about how God's judging their gods in that? It's interesting to think about, at least I think it is. But anyway, as the account goes on, of course, the blood on the doors, and when the Lord saw the blood, he would pass over them. Verse 16, something sometimes that we might leave out, these directions for the Feast of Unleavened Bread, on the first day there would be a holy convocation, and on the seventh day there would be a holy convocation. No manner of work would be done on them, all those things. And so with the Passover, we often think about, it's like, okay, they partake of the lamb, they eat in haste, all these things, and the lamb has to be a wet, certainly. And sometimes we forget this whole thing starts with an assembly and ends with an assembly. And they all come together, right? And we know the Passover is going to be instituted going forward. And it starts with that holy convocation and concludes with that holy convocation. It does not stay in their houses, so to speak. Anyway, something to remember when it comes to the Passover. Something to think about with our assemblies as well, coming together to remember our Passover. Okay, so as it goes on, and again, you have these directions being given, and a little bit further down, let's see, at verse 33, when it's finally time to scoot as the firstborn dies, verse 33, and the Egyptians urged the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we shall all be dead. And it's quite the change, isn't it, from those months prior when it's, no, you can't leave. And now it's, the people are urging them, please get out of here, or we're all dead. Again, yesterday I mentioned that mixed multitude's going to go up with him. But there's a whole lot of folks who don't go with him, but they sure do want nothing to do with him at this point. A lot of them just urge them, get out of here. And so when Israel says, well, basically, what will you give us? And they ask for gold, silver, and all those things. And thus they plundered the Egyptians. Verse 36, because the Lord had told them to ask for these things. There in verse 36 also touches on that. And so that's what they did. And thus the Egyptians were plundered. And the people said, we'll give you anything you want. Just get out of here or we're dead too. And this is what's kind of weird when Pharaoh chases after them. It's like, really? And it's, hard hearts. But for now, a whole lot of people just say, get out of here. Now what they should have said is, you all need to get out of here, and can we come with you? And some of them are going to say that, right? The mixed multitude is going to go with them. But I think there were a whole lot of folks that did not go with them, and they just said, go, please, just get out of here. And they went. Passover. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our Daily Praise.